Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
When's the last time you guys played a little one-on-one?
It was, I don't even know, like maybe last summer, and there's some footage out there that doesn't want to be released. Like he claims he took it easy on me, but I always beat him.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Is Hulkamania officially dead?
Yes.
When you have over 17,000 people live and you have Netflix premiere the biggest day in WWE history, and meanwhile they boo him out of the building?
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you!
That is your core audience, and they don't want it.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. How about them Tigers?
How about the Tigers?
Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sitting right next to me on my right, the one and only Jay Huff. Were you comfortable there in your seat?
I'm great. You know, I've been adjusting it, playing around with the height setting.
What are you exactly? 7'1" or 7 even? Or
I say 7'2" because I wear shoes.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizz Beat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
Noon on GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Monday, February 3rd, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, we got 10 things from the weekend, and it was a busy weekend. Grizzlies got a massive win last night on national television against the Milwaukee Algonquin for the Goodland Bucks. They are back in action tonight at FedEx Forum against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, who made a big deal over the weekend. The most shocking trade in NBA history, no hyperbole, took place since we last spoke. We will get to that. We will also get to what happened with the Tigers over the weekend. Seth Henigan in the Senior Bowl. Royal Rumble took place. We'll go through what we watched. We'll give you a SKYDOG of the game and reasons to hate the San Antonio Spurs. It is Super Bowl week. We'll get to all of the 10 things. Look back at the weekend that was. Get you ready for the week ahead. It's a Monday. It's beautiful out. Smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to. It was a super busy weekend. John Roser is now, after being featured on SportsCenter's top 10 over the weekend, and not number 10, he's featured, for those of you that missed it and did not follow along on social media, Roser's call of an Armando Bacot dunk for the Memphis Hustle made it to SportsCenter's top 10 plays over the weekend. And now Roser is holding out. He has now gone to our bosses and has demanded a new contract because he has been on top 10 plays for SportsCenter. And so hopefully I'm going to get him back in the fold and he will get the contract that he desires. Some people don't let things like that go to their head, but obviously John's not one of those. So we will eagerly await. Hopefully, I'm not going to get involved this time. I'm going to hope he can work his contract out and get here. But in his absence, Bennett Doyle is filling in for John Roser today. Thank you, Bennett, for being here.
No, I'm glad to be here. And I mean, listen, like, you know, he's also got like all these people watching his new post-game streams and stuff like that. So
right.
The ego right now is
right.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but those big hats that we got now do not fit Roser after what has taken place over the weekend. He came over to my house for the Royal Rumble on Saturday night and did not even ring the doorbell, did not even knock on the door. He just walked in the door and said, "What's up?" And I was like, and he was like, "Did you see SportsCenter?" And I was like, "Yeah, I saw SportsCenter." He's like, "Okay, then you know. It's a new world order." Devin Walker's here. He is the microphone mangler. Sonora Quasadilla, Mr. Math, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
Shout out to my dog, Johnny Primetime, man.
In all seriousness, Roser has got to do his real job, which is calling hustle games. Yeah, the Hustle are playing right now.
Yeah, the Iowa Wolves they're playing against right
down
now.
at Landers Center, which the Iowa Wolves used to be.
I was going to say,
the
that's
Memphis
our
Hustle
old,
back in the day.
Formerly known as. Yeah.
That's right, formerly known as. And so, anyways, Roser is calling the game. We'll keep up with what is going on down there. But congratulations to Roser for the big event that took place over the weekend. All right, let's get to 10 things.
Didn't it?
What?
What?
Oh, I love 10 things.
Thank
I love
you.
10 things. I love 10 things. I love 10
Injured
things.
Naz. Come on, man.
It's been a long morning.
Number 1, Grizzlies Weekend. How awesome was last night? Holy mackerel. I mean, to do that, you only get so many opportunities on national TV. And last night was a very interesting one. The Grammys were going on, so very rarely do I have the Grizzlies on one TV and then not another sporting event on the other TV. And in fact, my son even came into the room last night to watch the game and said, "Is there no other games on?" And I was like, "No, there's not." And so you had center stage to yourself. You were playing on ESPN last night. And to have that performance on a game that you were able to be on national TV, because you are now being witnessed by a much greater audience. I was intensely thrilled with what took place last night, simply because it was the best possible representation of themselves that they could give, honestly. Like,
100%.
they were flying around everywhere. Now, all of us that have watched all of the 49 games know that was, I don't want to say an outlier, but they were different last night than they are usually. And every loose ball, every 50-50 play, they made every hustle back play. Scottie Pippen Jr. getting in the mix and wrecking things, and like guys getting on the ground for loose balls and guys crashing the offensive boards. I mean, I tweeted out after the game last night, they are playing like it's their last game on earth.
Yeah, it did. It felt like they were playing like this is my last NBA game ever. Let's put everything on the ground.
Right.
Like, it did feel like they were playing
well,
way
and,
harder.
and the interesting thing is you
Ball to the
see
wall.
in many cases throughout the NBA what we have seen over the course of these. It's always the truth that when you get to the end of January and the beginning of February, prior to as we head towards trade deadline and we head towards the All-Star break, there's a malaise. This is like the middle of the season, and there's a malaise, and you see a bunch of weird results that take place. Crappy teams start winning games that you are surprised that they are winning. Guys are sitting out of games, and you don't know if they're sitting out of games because their team doesn't want them to get hurt, because they're going to be involved in a trade coming up. You have intense weirdness in every locker room around the NBA. You know, I covered, God, I don't know. I mean, I guess I was routinely in the locker room for the first, 15 years at least that they were here. It's a weird time. The pregame locker room is different. The postgame locker room is different. It just is, because there's a bunch of guys. Everybody's checking hoops hype. Everybody's talking about other deals that are going on around the league. And you don't know if there's a group of them every year. There's a group of them that are sitting around going, am I going to have to get a new house? Am I going to have to move my family? Am I going to have to take my kids out of school? Am I going to, there's like a bunch of things. It's always a tense time in the NBA. And then you get a bunch of weird results that take place. And so for that to be the way they played during this time, because there's guys that are checking their phone all the time and they're talking to their agents all the time, even on this team, about what's going on. Am I safe? Do you think I'm going to get moved?
They see the Twitter rumors.
My wife keeps asking me every day, am I going to have to move or whatever else? And so that's the kind of stuff that goes on. And so it leads to a distracted league for sure. And then you have all the crazy stuff that went on in the NBA, which we will talk about. And I'll say, it doesn't matter, of course, for the teams affected, it matters a great deal, but I'm here to tell you, that affects every locker room in the NBA when something that big takes place. It's like an atom bomb goes off because nobody's safe.
I mean, just like
if what took place over the weekend happened, it makes everybody reflect on, hold on now. If this guy can get moved, anybody can get moved. So that's all that to say is for them to play as hard as they did, as well as they did, and for Jaren Jackson Jr. to have
the new owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way.
Like, I'm going to get to Jaren here in a second, but that is certainly a part of this best representation of why you have had the record you have had, despite the fact that you have been down, the majority of the season, at least 3 guys that are 8-man rotation players, 9-man rotation players for this team. But all across the board, I'm going to get to Jaren, but great night for Zach Edey, who was effective. And, it was so crazy how the Bucks, not having Bobby Portis should not matter that much. But there's no way you could be watching that game and be like, hold on, they got Brook, who is like slow-footed ogre, and they ain't got nothing else? Like, it's like when they're playing him, they're getting trashed, and when they're not playing him, they don't have anybody else big to be in there. And I'm like, oh boy, like it shouldn't matter that much, you wouldn't think. And yet, great games all around. Aldama was unbelievable off the bench last night. He was great off the bench, and a massive kudos to Scottie Pippen Jr., who is not just the point guard now. They have gone to this Bane Kennard thing that they have started off games with. And so in the absence of Ja Morant, it hasn't just been Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to be the point guard that night. He has had to take on a different role. But for him to come out and play the way he did last night, and the job that he and Wells both did on Lillard last night was incredible.
The coaches, I think the coaches staff also noticed too, like the Bucks were getting tired.
Yes.
So he said, yo, Scotty, you go out there, run, bro.
Yes,
and
94 feet.
94 feet, because I think he had 8 assists in the fourth quarter. And
yes.
I sent y'all the photo, the photo of the Giannis after the game. He was like hands and knees, like,
yeah,
like, bro, they did like somebody told them, yo, they're getting tired. Yo.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Scotty, run their ass to death.
You know what's crazy? I watched them play against San Antonio on, what was that? Was that Friday night? I think it was Friday night. Mm-hmm. I watched them play in that game because I was flipping around.
Yeah. Giannis like hands and knees, like, yo.
San Antonio trashed them. Like, trashed them.
Yeah.
I think they almost scored 150 on them. And I was like, oh, yeah, it was Friday night because it was like the Giannis versus Wemby, right? The highlights for Wemby from that game were just crazy.
144 to 118.
Yeah, 144. But look at the second half.
Oh, yeah, they scored 45 in the third quarter. 20. They got destroyed the second half. Damn.
45 in the third, and then what in the fourth?
29 to 17 in the fourth quarter. So that's probably what?
29?
Yeah.
So it's just 74 points in the second half.
Yep.
Yeah, they ran out in that game, too. So then they played a couple nights later, and they still didn't have it.
I guess their legs.
That fast pace ain't.
Because you could.
Ain't working.
Scotty was literally, bro. Like, there was 3 people trailing him, trying to chase him down. And he was
plus you just saw the extra burst to every loose ball.
Yeah.
Every ball that came off the rim.
Yeah.
You had a chance at, right? And not only with the Grizzlies' size, but also the level of ferocity they're playing with. Number 2, I'm gonna highlight Jaren.
Oh, but before you get to Jaren, shout out Gigi for blocking Giannis too. By the way, that was great.
That was great.
Shout out Gigi, man. Hey, if you ain't making it on the offensive end, do things on defense. Shout out Gigi.
That's right. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Trip!
The best possible representation of himself last night. You know, the NBA world does not get to see Jaren as much as many of his all-star peers. But, buddy, if they tuned in last night, they got a show. I mean, beyond the best representation. I mean, scoring from all 3 levels, knocking down 7 threes. He was the best player on the floor that included Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Hey, and
that's crazy,
dude. I was nervous. I was nervous when he went down because that was a lot of blood, dude. And I was like, "Oh God!"
Was it his nose?
It was his lip.
It was his lip.
Yeah,
his lip. It was just like
he was bleeding out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He figured. Hey, look, he got him taped up real quick, and I feel like it woke him up, bro. Because he was kind of like he wasn't cooking, but like he got hit in the face, and it was like, okay, well, Super Saiyan.
Who knows what it is with the Bucks, but he has had some monsters against the Bucks and 3-point shooting versus the Bucks. You remember the famous third quarter that he had here against the Bucks a few years ago, and now this performance.
Last year too. Don't forget about last year.
Last year as well.
Last year he carried them in the fourth quarter.
Bucks killer.
Yep. Hey.
And the Grizzlies, look, since Taylor Jenkins has been the coach of the Grizzlies, the success against the Bucks is just crazy. Yes. Right? It's like he knows exactly how. You know, in the end, the thing is going to revolve around some of the same personnel that was there when he was there, not the least of which is Giannis. And so he certainly knows there's got to be something to that even when the Grizzlies were bad last year, the best win of the season was a national TV game against the Bucks, where G.G. Jackson and Vince Williams went off, right? Or no, it was Zaire Williams. Zaire Williams.
Did a little,
That's right. That's right.
Right before All-Star break.
That was right before All-Star break as well, right?
Never forget.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for the Bucks against the Grizzlies, and
it's crazy.
Jaren Jackson Jr. was just unbelievable.
If you watch these highlights too, it's a lot of just trail threes, but it's also like so many dudes trying to guard him. It was Giannis, it was Brook, it was Chris Middleton, it was like every single Torian Prince. It was like, yo, whoever out here, y'all finna get.
He was at his absolute best last night. This was apex Jaren Jackson Jr.
And it was people saying Tim Legler's of the world, like after, like you said, you play a game like this, it brings you into the.
Oh yeah.
They were like, yo, he may be top 3, top 5 two-way players in the league. There's guys that do it on both ends. And I was like, bro, thank you for everybody finally seeing who we've been watching every night.
Yeah, this guy's
been hooping every night, bro.
This guy's been unbelievable all year long, and so it was nice for that to happen in a big-time national television game. And the other thing that I do want to mention is our buddy Drew Hill. Hey, you want to talk about perfect timing. I know he was trying to do this leading up to All-Star, and obviously Jaren has made the All-Star team, so that works out well. And then to be able to drop the first story of his series that he is putting out on Jaren
I can't wait for y'all to see
today. He puts out this series that starts today right after Jaren has that massive game on national television against the Milwaukee Bucks. And so the interest is going to be absolutely peaked. Like, if you're a writer and you're getting to do that, it's like, oh, this is great, right? Like, here, I had this ready to go. Thank you, Jaren, for having the best game of your season right before, there's going to be an increased interest in what's going on with Jaren. And so anyways, this one, his first part of the series today, which I read, focuses on these things that he loves off the court and his passion for filmmaking and for this vlog that he is going to be putting together and this team that he has put together in order to put together said vlog, that he wants it to be like a movie. And so he comes off in the article like exactly how we know Jaren to be incredibly eccentric and different than many NBA players, and like intentionally different, right? Like he wants to be his own thing. And then it chronicles about how he has gotten super into this stuff and wants to put together something that's never been put together. He's done the fashion thing. He's done the music thing. He has all of these different interests off the court, but he has totally dove into this filmmaking thing. And so, obviously you know him very well. Is it dropped today?
The vlog,
the YouTube thing.
The new vlog should drop today. Yeah,
it is today.
It should,
because that's what it said in the article.
Yeah, it should drop.
So it's going to be like the first episode or whatever.
It's going to be like it was an off-season series he did where he was like going to Tokyo and Spain and everything like that. Kind of like preparing for the season, and then the one today should be like the front end, but like the middle of the season, like where it's Christmas, and then kind of leading up to now.
God, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Is it great?
It's great. Yeah. It's super chill. Like it's just like it's like World Through Jaren's Eyes kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It makes sense.
So one of the things that Drew Hill had in the article that was crazy for those that have not read it was it's Eric Schmidt, right? Eric Schmidt, one of the assistant coaches for the Memphis Grizzlies. He spent basically the whole summer with Jaren.
They went catching gators and everything.
When Jaren would go to Tokyo, when Jaren would go to the Everglades, when Jaren likes to travel and go to see all these different places, but no matter where he went, He was not going to go anywhere where he could not work out.
Yep.
And Eric Schmidt's job was to find a gym to book it and to find players to play against him, which is not an easy thing to do. But sometimes it was like high school guys, sometimes it was college guys, sometimes it was NBA guys or former NBA guys. And as the story went, even after a 13-hour flight to Tokyo, Jaren went straight to the gym that Schmidt had booked and he was like, basically, first things first, we're going to do this. We're going to travel. We're going to see this stuff. We're going to make these vlogs and whatever else. But no matter where I go, I have to be able to work out every day. Yeah. And so that was Eric Schmidt's job. And he's like, but he loves to do it. Yeah. He loves to do it. But it's like,
if you meet Smitty, it all makes sense too.
Yeah.
He's one of those, like, you down, I got you.
Right.
You know
that's one of the quotes from Jaren is he's a fly by the seat of his pants guy as well. Not like necessarily have everything planned out or when you ask, hey, what are we going to do when we get, like, you may not have an answer, but the answer is always, we will have a gym and there will be players at said gym. Yeah. I'd like to know who all played against Jaren all summer. Because he played against. There's got to be these stories everywhere of these random guys getting to play against him.
About Jaren. If you go back and watch the other ones he put out for the offseason, you could see like the backdoor gyms they were working out in. Like, or they're catching gators, like going on the Everglades and just like they did a lot of stuff. Just like before you watch the episode that comes out today, go back and watch the ones that lead up to the episode because you will see a lot of E. Smith and what they did this summer.
So he's got a whole YouTube series that's dropping today.
Well, watch that one before y'all tap into the one today, bro.
Well, good promo for the YouTube series by being absolutely awesome last night.
All right.
Number 3. So let me just recount. On Saturday night, my daughter had a basketball game, and then I had to go pick up my son, and then I told Roser, just meet me over at the house for Royal Rumble, and we're going to get some chicken wings. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch the Royal Rumble, right? And so we did that. And we'll get to the Royal Rumble later. But then we watched the end of Arkansas, Kentucky, and the Lakers and the Knicks and just kind of flipped around. But it was a Royal Rumble night. Well, now the kids are going to go up and they're going to go to bed. This is like now towards like, I don't know. It's probably like 10:20, something like that. And then the Arkansas, Kentucky thing is over. The other games are over. And then my wife was like, I'm gonna go crash in a minute. And I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna crash too because I'm not gonna wake you up by coming in there because she hadn't been feeling all that well. And I was like, I'll go crash too. So I'd say I probably went into the bedroom probably like 10:45, something like that. And then I just crashed out, turned my phone off, crashed out. Buddy, I woke up at 6:45 the next morning. And, like, I gotta be honest with you. My first, and people have had this experience as well. All of us have. My first inclination when I grabbed my phone and saw the insane amount of text messages that were on it was, oh my God, what has happened? Right? Like it's a fear that comes in, right? Yeah. My parents are in their 70s, right? Like there's, like, you know, you don't know if something's happened to a friend. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if something's happened to your family. Like I hate that that's the way my brain functions, but my brain functions like, oh my God, no. What catastrophic thing has taken place? So imagine my relief to find out that it was only that Luka Doncic had been traded. But what was crazy was going back. So I'm obviously doing this after the fact. I'm not experiencing this, what other people that were up at 11:15 on Saturday night were in real time.
Yeah.
So I'm going back through it, and my group texts, like one after another, right? So now you can imagine the amount of text that I've missed because you've got multiple group texts and multiple people hit you up, and they're all like, somebody posted it in the group text, and now the discussion that follows.
The reaction to it, yeah, for sure.
And across the board, every group text had the same reaction, which was the reaction of everybody in Western civilization, which was, and maybe not non-Western civilization as well, Shams got hacked.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bro, I was at Bar Dog.
I heard Gary say this. The idea that it was infinitely more likely to everybody that Shams got hacked than Luka got traded is the funniest thing ever. Nobody. And then, so I'm watching it all take place, and and then, obviously, in my text, I can read it's real, this actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's this whole. It's so funny to go back and read it and watch the timeline of, is this real? Is this real? There's no way. Oh my God, Shams got hacked. Is anybody else posting about it? Oh, I think Chris Haynes just put something up about it. Oh, Bobby Marks said he just reached out to Shams. And then there is another one which says, Shams puts up, yes, this is real.
That tells you how insane it is that he has to confirm that it's real. Like, he has to tell
But
people.
even then, people are like, that's exactly what a hacker would say.
Yeah, no, for real.
So you don't know. And so now you are waiting for another reporter to either report it or, most importantly, talk to Shams.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're wondering, did Shams get hacked?
Yeah,
And
I waited because I was at Bar Dog live. I was at a Bar Dog with a good amount of people. I was with Jessica Benson, by the way. Jessica was sitting next to me. Somebody at the table says, Luka got traded. We're like, shut up. No, he didn't. And they're like, no. Luka just got traded. So everybody around the table starts freaking out, looking at their phone. They're like, no way, Luka just got traded. So everybody's doing the same, swiping, looking for Mark Stein, looking for everybody. And it's like, yo, he just got traded for real. For real. And then Jessica, by the way, it was a little blurry, but it was like, yo, it was insane. I was at Bar Dog, and it was insane. Everybody around the bar was talking about it. Everybody. Not just the people I was with.
I mean,
it did transcend sports a little bit.
It did,
It really
bro.
did.
It was
Like, when my
crazy.
wife's like, whoa, that's when I know.
Everybody, not just the people I'm with, everybody in the bar, bro, was like, did you just see that Luka Doncic just got traded?
So I have, like everyone else, consumed virtually everything I can about this. I have read all the articles. I have read the Nico Harrison interview with the Dallas Morning News yesterday. I have seen Nico Harrison's press conference yesterday. I have read the different reasoning as to why the Mavericks, felt like getting out of the Luka Doncic business. And I mean, in the absence of a story being leaked that he's like a serial killer or something, and or the most dastard, or like we have we don't know about the Justin Tucker case that's about to come out or something, like Josh Giddey level creepo. I'm saying, there has to be, do you know how bad it would have to be for me to think that this is, you would have to be, honestly, the only thing that could happen is a story coming out that convinces the world that this is like a Deshaun Watson level scumbag who you just wanted to get away from before it all dropped. Other than that, I have listened to all the reasoning. I have read all of the articles, and you want to come up with reasons because it's that insane. Yeah. This can't be this dumb. You could not have just traded one of the top 3 basketball players in the world at 25 years old, who your fan base loves.
He's beloved.
Yeah, everybody in Dallas has his jersey.
He's beloved.
Everybody.
And then I found out that's the same dude that dropped the ball on the Steph Nike deal, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it doesn't make sense.
Man.
He's the same one that was in
But
the
there's
room.
the other crazy thing. He had done a great job. We thought it was a no man's land. They better build around Luka or he's going to want to get out of there.
Yep.
And then he did. He pulled off these great moves that enabled them to get.
Yeah.
We all thought the Kyrie thing was goofy.
PJ
the Kyrie thing worked.
You got Derek Lively killing in the playoffs.
Derek Lively, he nailed the draft.
PJ Harrison,
PJ Washington
yeah.
and Daniel Gafford,
Yep.
and it's like. Made up for the Grant Williams mistake, but ended up making the team way better, enabled them to get to the NBA Finals. And then I'm listening to them yesterday, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He's like, we believe in defense, wins championships. It feels like they've watched those compilations that people have made of Luka being crappy on defense and not trying in the finals and been like, you can't win at the highest level like this or whatever. Never mind. This is what I said to Jacoby yesterday. At no point when they're discussing this, how does somebody not stand up and be like, hey, dumbasses, we're only in the finals because of him?
Exactly. He carried us to the finals last year, bro.
Like,
70. You ain't in the finals without 77, bro.
What was the stat last year? He's the only player in the history of the NBA to lead the playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and something. I was like, what? He's been a 5-time first-team All-NBA, and he's 25. What are you doing? You literally just traded him to your buddy. Like, it feels like it is so shady.
They were taking shots of tequila.
Man. No, really.
They taking shots. They were kicking it, taking shots. And he was like, you know what? Would you ever trade Luka? And he was like,
trust me.
You would do what?
Trust me, I posted that yesterday on the mismatch.
It gotta be, bro.
Who amongst us has not made a terrible drunk decision?
All the time.
This happened at 11:15. You've got to have been
He
drunk.
was like, you know what? Let's do it.
I was like, what are the chances he woke up the next morning, like many of us have, and go, what have I done?
Dude, Rob Pelinka is just sitting there like, oh, okay, I can't mess this up. Like, I have to keep my poker face about me.
I can't laugh. Like,
I can't smirk. I can't do anything.
This dude said on microphone yesterday that both his owner and Rob Pelinka thought he was trolling.
That's how goofy
I
it
bet
is.
they did.
Didn't believe him.
Then he had to talk him into it.
What is happening?
What is it essentially? It was AD in a first rounder, right?
Huh?
That's what they got, right?
Rounder,
AD
yeah.
in a first
AD in a
rounder.
pick.
Max Christie.
And Max Christie.
Yeah. Wow.
That's.
But yeah, that's
I
definitely.
said this yesterday. Hey,
Hey,
forget the salaries. If they offered me AD and LeBron for Luka, I wouldn't do it.
Exactly, bro.
This is the next 15 years.
I play a lot of 2K.
What are we? Oh,
Vernon, you can't even do this trade on 2K, bro.
You can't do it.
You would have to put the trade override on to make this trade on 2K.
He's 6 years older, and he's not available either.
Yeah, bro. He was off the Migos for sure. He was definitely off the Migos when he made that phone call.
I mean, it just Pelinka was Kobe's agent forever. Nico was Kobe's guy forever.
Yeah.
Nico was also AD's guy with Nike. He was also, and Kidd is close with AD. And it's like, this is crazy.
Even though Jason Kidd looked like he wanted to punch him in the face.
This is.
He was sitting there like, bro.
How does this happen?
What are we doing? I was in the finals last year because of this dude. Now you just give him away for, respectfully, Anthony Davis. Look at this man. Look at Luka.
How is that real?
Look at that, bro.
And how do the Lakers end up with this crap?
That's what's such
all the
BS
Photoshop
about
jerseys,
it.
remember all the time, like all the Laker Photoshops of like,
I know.
This player could go here. This player could go here. This shit became real life.
It became real life.
In one night.
Nico Harrison yesterday admitted that Rob Pelinka thought he was trolling, that the Mavs owner laughed at him when he brought the trade up. He said this into a microphone.
Yeah, he tweaking.
He said into a microphone that Rob Pelinka thought he was trolling him, that his owner laughed when he brought the trade up. He also said into a microphone, which again, at some point you've just got, like, I guess if you don't read the room, like, I'm not in favor of this, but I am in favor of this. You've got to just lie and say he did not want to be here, and just say something. Yeah, like,
for sure.
He has taken steps to let us know that he is not committed to this for the long term or what, because instead he went up there and said he didn't want out and never indicated that he wouldn't resign.
That's insane.
He said that in
no,
the
dude,
microphone.
you have to leak that.
You have to say that he.
Yeah, you have to leak that we think that it's gonna get uncomfortable this summer between the franchise and Luka. You have to put that out there.
And again, everybody's gonna think you're an a-hole, but just say we think Anthony Davis is the best player we could get. And we want Anthony Davis. Like, just go all in on the AD thing. And just say, we think that this gives us our best chance to win a championship. And we thought Anthony Davis is it's very obvious what you're doing, which is you're shorting Luka Doncic. My buddy Tim Bontemps put it the best way. You are making the biggest short in the history of the league. You are signaling to everyone, this guy is not what you think he's going to be. This guy is not going to commit to being in the shape. That calf is always going to bother him. We've been around this guy. We know what this guy is made of, and we don't believe it. We don't think Nico Harrison, again, I think he's foolish. You think he's foolish. The whole world thinks he's foolish. He does not think that Luka Doncic is going to be what we all think he is going to be for the next 10 years. If he did, there's no chance you would make this deal, right? So why doesn't he think that Luka is going to be? But again, this is what I will say that I said to Jacoby. All of these things that are being leaked and are being said about him are things that you could attribute to the case for why you traded Zion Williamson, right?
Exactly.
Who you've never won anything with, who has never accomplished anything, and has proven himself to not be worthy of building a franchise out around. Not Luka, who, despite his lack of conditioning, has been
he backpacked you to the
one
finals.
of the greatest players in the world.
His resume right now, bro, could be a Hall of Fame resume.
Yes.
He's 25 years old.
This ain't the first time we've talked about his weight, and he's still been awesome.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, come on, bro. That's just something you just don't do. Also, another part of the red flag, the flag on the play, he thanked Pelinka for staying quiet about it, which is super weird, bro.
He's okay. The other thing. So look, he said Pelinka thought he was trolling him. He said his owner laughed at him. He said Luka didn't want out and didn't indicate he'd resign. And then maybe the worst of all of it, if you're a fan, this is the one. Well, look, obviously everything would already be broken by the time I got to the last one. That he doesn't care about 10 years from now because he's probably not going to be around anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
bro. Yeah, that was messed up. He's like, you're probably going to run me and Kid off anyway. I'm like, bro, that's not the way to think. Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that?
Dude.
Yeah.
Because you are a fan for life.
Yep. MFFL is their motto, by the way.
Oh, damn. What is the phrase on the Dirk statue? It's like something like loyalty over everything.
Yeah,
it's something about loyalty.
Mavs fan for life is like they're like running.
Yes.
They're running like thing they do. Hashtag MFFL.
And now you just had a GM who stood up there and said, you know what, I'm probably not going to be here in 10 years anyway. I'm not going to have to deal with the repercussions. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If I don't, we're going to run us out of here anyway. It's like, what is happening? If I were a Mavs fan, I would hate this guy so much.
Oh, they do. They do.
Oh.
Like if you look at the
Buddy.
we were talking about videos. They were pulling up to the arena yesterday. The newspaper this morning was posting stuff. Luka's dad. Have you seen Luka's dad going off?
Oh, yeah.
His Luka dad went on Slovenian radio. Look at this. Look at this, Bennett. They look at this, bro.
They are
Dude, them
mourning,
playing the
bro.
Paul Walker.
Oh my God.
It's been a long.
Like, bro.
Look, no.
Like, imagine
Puts a
so
rose
many
on
like
it.
people have so many Luka Doncic jerseys, bro. Like he is their guy.
They were in the NBA Finals in the spring. What'd he do?
What did he do?
Thank you, Eric. Look. Now, let me just say this through the prism of because for sure it sets up the Lakers for like the next one. If you got Luka, you got a chance at the title. That's what we've always said, right?
It's such BS.
I will say this. Who knows what's going to happen over the course of the next couple of days with the Lakers? I think they're certainly going to try to get a big, okay? Mm-hmm. If we are only talking about it through the prism of the Grizzlies, and we have talked long and hard about how we have I don't want to say fear, a true level of respect for the older, veteran-laden teams that are inevitably going to be the bottom 3 seeds in the Western Conference, right? We have looked at that many times. We say, look, it ain't going to be easy to knock out the Clippers, and it ain't going to be easy to knock out the Lakers, and it ain't going to be easy to knock out the Warriors if you have to play them, or the whoever it may be, right? And Dallas is one of those that we've brought up a lot. God forbid Dallas get healthy here at the end, right? Mm-hmm. That being said,
because that made me scared.
I do not think I fear both of them less today. I do. Though this is a trade, now, again, for the next 10 years, that is a different discussion. But I will say, if you told me that the Grizzlies are playing Dallas in the playoffs now, I fear that less than I would have when they had Luka. And if you told me the Grizzlies are playing the Lakers, I fear them less in the absence of AD. AD is the guy that destroyed us.
It took away the thing that you're the most scared of, right?
Correct.
Like on
both sides.
On the Lakers end, you were scared of AD dominating the paint and doing AD stuff, blah, 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 blah.
And the other one is we can't speed up Luka. We're going to play. We are going to lose 104 to 92 to that stupid-ass team.
Yeah, you took away both
I
of
actually think that both of those teams now, if you would have asked me 3 days ago, I would have told you I want absolutely no part of either of them. Yeah. God, if we could just, I'd rather play the Clippers. I'd rather play Sacramento or Golden State or anybody. Like, I don't want to play the Lakers and I don't want to play Dallas. Those are veteran-laden teams that have a bunch of guys with a ton of playoff minutes, and they also have unique problems for the Grizzlies. We don't have anyone to guard Luka unless Marcus Smart comes back. And we don't have, and AD has tortured us. Yeah. Tortured us. This guy has been, like, unbelievable against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you go from dealing with AD on the Lakers to Jackson Hayes.
But they don't have that. Yeah. And now Dallas, they've just got the one-shot creator, and it's Kyrie.
Yeah, nobody. I'm looking at nobody else. Like,
right. He can't create for everybody.
Yeah, Spencer's a jacker. Jane Hardy's a chucker. Clay can't move. Yeah, they really ain't got nobody.
By the way, give me one of their flying centers.
Daniel Gafford, I'm gonna do the Rick James, David Chappelle.
Why not?
Come on.
Give me one of those flying centers.
Come on over here, because you can't play. You can't play both of them.
You can't,
because obviously
you can't play all three of them, and you're gonna close with AD.
Yep.
Yeah.
He also said out loud, AD's gonna play the 5 in closing minutes. Like, he's just like saying way too much, bro. Like, he's just talking. Somebody should have said, "Yo, stop talking."
Short and sweet. Yeah.
He was just like saying a lot. Like, but no, if you're gonna do that, Daniel Gafford, come on.
As a Cowboys fan, the funniest thing for me was seeing all the memes yesterday of, do you have any idea how hard it would be to be the dumbest GM in Dallas? How did this guy has pulled off the incredible.
He really did. In one night.
Oh, there was some amazing tweets.
I follow a lot of Mavs fans.
Yeah.
I can't remember, honestly, I cannot remember a time where I saw as many people that I legitimately feel like will live up to it that said, I am done. I've spent my whole life caring about this. I'm done. Like that, when you have a trade so devastating that people don't even care anymore, where they're like, I don't want to.
Bro, they were crashing out last year, bro. Like,
there would be a segment of people that would do that are only Grizzlies fans because of, I mean, the only thing we could liken it to is a Morant thing. And every kid in this city has a Morant pair of shoes or a jersey. I was in a gym this weekend Actually, I was in 2 gyms, right? For my son's game and my daughter's game. I'm not kidding you. In between the 10 players that were on the court, I would say at least half of the shoes on the court are Morant's.
Yeah.
At least.
Yep.
And then I would say in my daughter's game, interestingly enough, the other half were Sabrina's. Those
Also,
are big ones.
An elite Nike shoe.
The Sabrinas are big ones.
Elite Nike shoe.
But no, I mean, that would be the only thing you could liken it to.
Yeah.
And they've got more stock in Luka than anybody here has in Morant. Yeah. And it's a bad time right now because people are frustrated with Job, and he is frustrated with himself. I will say, I was mortified by that report last night.
Body can move his shoulder.
By Jorge Sedano. Yeah, saying that he could not lift his.
Yeah.
Because what made me mortified was everybody has tried to have this explanation as to why his actions were the way he was in the Houston game. Right? Behind the bench, in a mask, down and out, not himself. I mean, to the point Taylor Jenkins got asked about it by the beat writer after the game. So, I mean, we're not speaking out of school here. We're all at every game. He acted different in that game than he ever has before. Okay, so what's going on? And everybody has their theories, right? He's really down and out. Every time he wanted this to be a revenge season, and every time it starts to go his way, something else happens to him. It's like you can only take so many kicks, and then you just really get down about the whole thing. What made me concerned was when that report comes out last night that he can't lift his shoulder above is, oh my God, was that why? That he knows. They're being coy about it, but he knows this is way worse than. This is way worse. Whatever happened to him, whatever re-aggravation, because of the way it feels, is way worse than what was like, hey, he got bumped in practice and he's going to be out. You know, didn't feel it till this morning, but he's re-aggravated. Does he know it's way worse?
It's the same.
And so then that would lead to colossal depression. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Because this is a shoulder he got.
I'm out
shoulder he got
again.
his surgery on.
Right.
It's this one right here.
Right.
So yeah, you got bumped, and then it just kind of like brings back the kind of like, you know, that feeling a little bit. It's like, whoa, no.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And did he have another MRI? And because we haven't really gotten, like they said, it's fine.
yeah. And he was doubtful last night, so it wasn't like out. So that means it's getting better.
Right.
So that makes me feel better personally.
We hadn't seen anything
That
yet
you didn't-
today,
you didn't-
right?
It wasn't
No.
like a. It wasn't like a. It was out.
But he's not
though,
going to play. He won't play that.
Right.
It was a doubtful. It was a
Like,
out.
we literally got a report last night that he can't lift his arm.
Right.
He ain't playing.
Right.
You never know. But it's doubtful last night, so hopefully like the doubtful gets moved up. Because if he's just like out, it would just be out.
You just need him by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we need that.
That's
juice.
Saturday.
We need that juice.
That's the one. That's the one. You need him by Oklahoma City on Saturday. But anyway, back to the trade. Again, in the absence of something horrendous coming out about Luka Doncic, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not kidding.
I got some more icing on the. Look at that. I got some more icing on the cake, bro. So apparently Mark Cuban, who sold the team, right?
Yeah.
They said even he's confused about the trade.
Well, I guess so. I mean, that was one of the theories, is that every GM always wants to be responsible for everything. And so that Luka Doncic was the last connection to the Donnie Nelson, Mark Cuban era.
Oh, that's okay. That makes sense.
Right? It's a different owner. It's a different GM. It's a different everything. The last connection to the bygone era, because Finney Smith's gone and Tim Hardaway Jr.'s gone, and right? They're all gone. Everything's new. Everybody wants their own roster. But even Chris Wallace, who Grizzlies fans beat up on, even Chris Wallace, he ain't getting rid of all the, he ain't getting rid, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't flushing out everybody.
That's a superstar, though.
Even when Chris Wallace was out, though, and like Jason Levian and that group came in, they didn't sit there, like, they fixed everything outside of the core four. Right?
Sure did.
From 5 to 12, that was all new. That was all new. But the core four, those four stayed. Like, bro, I don't care if you want because these guys, they want to be responsible for everything. Bro, you let Luka be responsible for it. You have just been given a free pass to be able to be a GM for the next 10 years. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
You think too much.
Way too much. You know the craziest part about this? The most wicked part about this. Luka Doncic gets traded from the Mavs. You know who's still there?
Oh, Dwight Powell?
Dwight Powell.
So he's the last one.
He's the last one. How does he get to stay on the Mavs?
Mavs legend, Dwight Powell.
How do you trade Luka and not do? Okay, whatever.
Haralabob Voulgaris, who worked
Shout out
with
to
the Mavs
Luka,
yesterday, I couldn't wait to see what he was going to post.
Uh-oh.
Because he worked there.
Yeah.
And he's got feelings a certain way about them. He said, this will go down as one of probably the worst trades in the history of sports. You just traded away a top 3 player in the prime of his career, and your return was a single first and a soon-to-be 32-year-old Anthony Davis. And the fact you threw in a second-rounder for good measure is just chef's kiss. The Nets got 4 unprotected first and pick swap, plus Cam Johnson, plus Mikal Bridges, who they later traded for 5 firsts for a 35-year-old Kevin Durant. The Mavs had a top 3 defense last season after the deadline trades and then lost to the finals to one of, if not the greatest offensive team in NBA history in the Celtics. If you think defense wins championships and you want to be 3 centers deep on your roster and play AD at 4 while forcing PJ to guard 3s, Clay to guard 2s, and Kyrie to guard 1s, good luck with that. The Mavs now have 1 player on their roster that can create a shot for themselves or for others in Kyrie, and he's about to be 33. The other thing I'll add to this, and this was the fascinating one, the other thing I'll add to this is Dennis Lindsey was with the Mavs last year and is a great basketball mind. He left to work for the Pistons this season. Do with that what you will.
Interesting.
The Tim Hardaway thing makes sense now, too, with move him over there. That's crazy.
He also said, sorry, one more thing. The funniest thing in all of this was thanking Pelinka for agreeing to keep things quiet and not sharing the idea of the trade with anyone. Of course he wanted to keep it quiet. The last thing he wanted was for someone at the Mavs with a brain to find out and nix it. Or, God forbid, it leaks and other teams started offering realistic packages.
See?
Yeah, dude.
That's for me, that was the wildest thing to say out loud.
I mean,
I told him, thank you, Pelinka, for not saying it out loud.
Like, even Michael Eaves was out with you guys, and he's like, yeah, but I do understand, if it leaks, and then other teams know that you're trying to trade him. I'm like, what's the problem? If the league knows you want to trade Luka Doncic, the packages
it's going to be astronomical. Yeah, I don't buy any of that.
Bro.
Like, I don't buy any of that. No, dude, you have to put that out there because what do you think? I mean, it should have been AD in 5 first-round picks. I mean, my God,
bro,
what are we talking about?
Out of pocket with this trade,
a 35-year-old Kevin Durant. Post-Achilles.
Yeah.
Got traded for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap.
What are we talking about?
They just got Max Christie, AD, and a first.
I can't believe it.
And they gave up a second.
Exactly. So
that is madness.
That's the one that makes you raise your eyebrows, too, though.
No, it makes it feel like you would never have done this deal with anyone else but your friend.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody, I can't remember which pod I was listening to, but somebody was saying, it's like that guy in your fantasy league that makes a deal he trades Christian McCaffrey without telling everybody else that he was even available. And so he just trades it to his buddy.
Yep.
And the rest of the whole league is like, what are you doing? What?
Yeah. And now you and the buddy just kiki and caca in the background.
Right.
One thing too, I forgot that somebody brought up in the chat that refreshed it because I saw it floating around Twitter yesterday. Saturday was the anniversary of the Powell trade.
17 years. Yep.
So and you just mentioned all the reasons why they're connected to this Lakers. I'm like, bro, this could be a little what's his name? Rest in peace. What's his name?
Michael Heisley?
David Stern.
Oh.
He would never let this happen at 11:30 at night. Never would have let this happen, bro. He would have vetoed. Thank you, y'all. But no, I feel better now because they made it easy for the Grizzlies. We ain't got to worry about AD with the Lakers. Now we got to worry about Luka with the Mavs.
I honestly,
I'm more worried about Fox with the freaking Spurs.
I do think long term it is going to make the Lakers devastating for years to come.
Yeah.
Because they've got one of the top 3 players in the league. I'm just talking about for this season. I look at both of those teams much more favorably in a matchup than I did 48 hours ago. Because they uniquely had problems for the Grizzlies that I would have feared much more 48 hours ago than I do right now. So that's the good part. The bad part is the Lakers are going to be awesome for the next 10 years.
So wrong.
Unless this guy's right. Hey, I'm not kidding you. Is there a weight Luka could have gotten to that you would have thought this is okay?
350.
Like if they said he was 330 pounds.
Let me see it. Escalade.
Post. He died.
Wait.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say how much.
Is there a weight?
There is no way.
Because 270 is for sure not the weight.
Here's the
he
thing.
don't jump, though.
With the
That's
way
the thing.
this
I
has
really
gone
need-
down, there is no way that
Okay.
this dude does not get in the best shape of his career.
Okay.
Oh, I said
after
that-
he comes back
no,
from injury.
I look. I
It's a
said
new
this
relationship.
yesterday with Jacoby. This is going to be the worst. He's literally going to be on the cover of GQ, ripped, tanned,
Look at me now.
new Luka.
You called me
NBA
fat. Yep.
preview. Oh, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the body issue.
We
for
know.
for the NBA.
We know. We know what's about to happen.
So, by the way, Escalade, who played for And1, we
Yeah.
love Escalade, Mark Jackson's brother. He weighed in between 400 to 500 pounds.
Okay, so we're saying
So
Escalade
I would
level.
say if he got to Escalade level, then we could have a conversation.
I mean, the conversation we need to have is
is
at what weight could he not be all NBA?
400 pounds. If he got to Escalade levels, then we have a talk. But until then, you don't touch Luka, bro. You don't. It's not even a question.
And I'm going to say this. If I were the Mavs, I would leak out that he was a tyrant. He was awful. That all of his teammates hated his guts. That he routinely missed flights. I mean, it's again, the only chance you have is to tell me that he's the worst person in the world. He honestly has to be the worst person in the world. It has to be that bad.
Come on, bro. We've heard worse stories about James Harden, bro. If your worst personality trait is I eat too much, like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, Luka apparently cried after finding out. Oh, wow.
Cried after finding he was
man.
traded.
See, bro.
Oh, and also bought a $15 million house
bro,
in Dallas
yeah,
last week.
You dumb. What's his name? The dude for the GM of the
Oh my
Mavs.
God, Nico Harrison.
Yeah, you done, bro. You
Chandler
done.
Parsons breaking
You done,
news.
bro. You better hope this shit works.
He bought a 15. Maybe he bought Chandler's old house.
That's
how he
how
broke
he
the,
knows.
That's how he broke the news.
Yeah. Dang, man.
That's how he broke the news. That's crazy. Number 4, trade deadline week. All right, so we know this is about to get insane. And how big a deal would the Fox deal have been last night? And the amount of chatter and the amount of emergency podcast or whatever else done just for that. Except the Luka thing has drowned out everything. Jimmy Butler is sitting around being like, hey, what about me? Right?
You're gonna set someone on fire again.
But Zach LaVine's a big name, and he's moved in a deal, and Fox moved in a deal. And look, they're in town for
Poor
tonight's
LaVine.
game. They're in town for tonight's game. To me, this is a San Antonio fleece. I love Fox.
Me too.
And I think he is great.
Tough, yeah.
And he's in his prime.
They're gonna be
And
awesome.
you didn't give up Castle. You didn't give up Vassell. You didn't even give up like Kelvin Johnson. You didn't give up Kelvin Johnson. You didn't give up anything. Sohan, nothing. What did they give up?
None of
And you got De'Aaron Fox
to add to it.
That's crazy to me. Great job by San Antonio. Great job by them. And I think a perfect pairing with Wembanyama.
Yes.
We're all on the same page. We all love Fox.
Yes.
Fox is
dude,
awesome.
I mean, come on. It says a lot about him that's where he wanted to go.
Yes.
Like the fact he's singling out San Antonio, that tells me everything I need to know about
I
that
just
dude.
wanna-
And
I
he's
just wanna hoop.
literally entering the best years,
Yeah.
like when guys win the most. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You know, it's like, bro, you just got one of the best guards in the entire NBA at the perfect age, and you get to pair him with this freak of nature.
And
look at what he's been doing with 55-year-old Chris Paul.
And look at Fox. Fox is like one of the top 5 pick and roll players in the NBA.
Oh.
Just imagine, a Fox Wemby pick and roll, bro. Like,
and
I'm more scared about that than the other one.
And I saw
for sure.
And I saw the Bulls with DeRozan and LaVine. I've seen that, so I don't need to see that again.
Who's going to bring the ball?
What is that? What are they doing? Bizarre. And then even worse is the Bulls. What the heck? Like what? What direction are you going?
The same direction they've been going since Jordan left.
I just don't even understand.
Because they made Kobe White shoppable this morning too. They made him available.
So now you're just gonna tank it out completely and try to get a high pick. It's like what? I just don't.
I'd be sick to be a
their
Bulls
level.
fan,
Their
man.
level of direction is just.
There is not one.
The last 8 years has been confusing, bro.
Yes.
They just been mid.
Just weird.
Very weird.
Just weird.
Like they've never been good. They've never been bad.
So now,
They've been all right.
who knows what's going to happen around the league? But I would imagine as we head towards this trade deadline, one of the things that this trade, what's happened this weekend, has made you think is you can't rule out anything. You really can't. You can't rule out anything. Like if the Suns traded Kevin Durant, it would not be surprising anymore.
I think
it would not be surprising anymore.
It just came
right?
this morning that he's being shopped right now. Stop! Don't you do this again? Don't start this again.
Come on,
man.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Don't do this.
Oh,
again.
we got in the mix with Brooklyn on him.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
Shows like KD.
Come on.
I'm with it.
Come on.
I'm with it.
Come on.
But the team that
do you know how many picks I'd give up? I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Williams' son gonna give up the 224.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, hey.
We got in that mix with Brooklyn.
I'm with it. It says the team that's been making the most aggressive calls about it is Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
They're gonna upgrade.
Redoing that.
They're going to find a way to upgrade.
With KD and Dre and Steph. They said they are taking calls right now for Kevin Durant. So.
Well, you know who could put together a hell of a deal? The Grizzlies of Memphis.
Mm-hmm. We need just to be best friends with somebody, bro.
We had a,
Who
we,
best
had,
friends with?
we had a deal set up with Miami.
We did.
Oh!
Who we best friends with?
No.
Who's the homie?
I don't want to get too much thinking.
Do it.
Oh, no, yeah.
Say it.
No, because he gets to thinking.
No. It's trade deadline week. Come on.
No.
Never doubt me. I got news for you.
No. We had the deal.
I got news.
With Miami. It's very obvious, right? It was very obvious we had the deal with Miami. That's why Jimmy Butler came out, and everybody's reported it. There were conversations between the Grizzlies and the Heat. People are still talking about that. Where does Jimmy Butler want to go?
Phoenix. I mean,
but Jimmy Butler don't want to come here. Okay. But we got the goods to be able to get.
Okay.
Let's three-way this joint.
We can three-way.
Okay. Let's three-way this joint.
We saw it over the weekend, man. Three-way is the way.
Let's three-way this joint.
What's wrong with you? Three-way is the way, huh?
Pause.
You wicked.
Actually, that's not even pause.
This is what I said. When you said the word.
All right, let's go.
Does it scare you that so-and-so? I said, Vernon, you just wait.
You look happy. Come on.
I said, you just wait. The Grizz PR just tweeted. Status report. Mem Grizz versus Spurs, February 3rd. Questionable. Brandon Clark, back soreness. John Morant, right shoulder soreness.
Questionable.
Okay. That's huge.
I just told you, bro. Do not.
Okay.
Do not be. Don't fret. 12 is on the way. But it makes me feel even better. Doubtful. Because you know that way it goes. It goes from out to doubtful to questionable to Grizzlies uniform. Marcus Smart.
Oh.
Where's Marcus?
And
on doubtful.
And wait for it. The Joker himself, Vince Williams.
Wow.
Are we back? Are we freaking back? Are we freaking back?
Did Grizz PR just actually have something good?
We coming!
Wow.
We coming!
Pause again.
My bad.
That was way more extreme than mine.
But we are on the way, though.
He said that was crazy.
Yeah, we're on the way. We're
I mean, you screaming, "We're coming!"
Yeah.
1,000 times is like, you've got to go.
My bad, Jalen.
Go ahead, Jalen.
My bad, Jalen.
Jalen, put him in timeout, Jalen.
My bad.
Put him in timeout. But speak for yourself.
But I do have a little bit of bad news for you, Verno. Because I can't just give you a bunch of good news. You know, it has a way. That's the way life goes.
And just say you were quoting. You say you were quoting Rob Pelinka over the weekend.
Yeah, or Justin Tucker.
Oh my God.
The out is Desmond Bain, left ankle.
Oh, he's out.
He's out. He turned his ankle last night.
He did turn his ankle.
Coming off a
That
back-to-back,
sucks.
get a little, you know, a little weight, you know, sit and chill. But man, look, they're questionable, man. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That's that. I do like the doubtful. I like it even more. We almost back to full strength.
I'm gonna tell you a quick little story. This is crazy. This is a crazy story. So when I was in my early 20s, I used to be in a men's hockey league over at the Mall of Memphis, right? And I was,
rest in peace.
And I was playing one night, and I got tripped on my way down, and my shoulder went straight into the boards. Like I went headfirst into the boards because I tripped going into it, and it just went like numb. Like it hurt like absolute hell. So I went back to work, and then the next couple days, that whole like Jorge Sedano report, I couldn't lift my arm to throw or anything. So I let it go. We're like a week and a half later. I'm like, surely it's gonna, stop at some point, whatever. And at the time, I was working for Flynn Broadcasting, and Dr. Flynn, I talked to him, and I was like, look, my shoulder has been totally screwed up, whatever. He's like, come over and I'll run a test on it and I'll look at it, right? So I go over to his place in Germantown, and I'll never forget this. It was so weird because he's like the guy that owns the whole thing, but he's a doctor. And so he runs this thing on it, and he tells me how inflamed it is and whatever else. Because I'm thinking to myself, am I going to have surgery? Like, what is wrong with this thing? He was like, I want you to go. I swear to God, he'll probably get mad for me saying. He goes, I want you to go home, and I want you to take 5 Advil every 4 hours.
Dang.
He goes, it's not going to hurt you.
Get you to OD.
I swear to God, by the next day, I was swinging my arm like that. I was like, all I had to do was take 1 million Advil? All I had to do.
I told you, man.
All I had to do was take. So maybe he took 1 million Advil.
Look, bro, I told you. Look, I always be optimistic, bro. Oh, especially with that dude right there, man.
Well, that'd be awesome if he plays tonight. You know what? He's had massive games against San Antonio.
Yes.
Yep.
Including the
Wemby.
the last one.
I think Wemby's questionable tonight.
He is?
Yeah,
He's scared.
sick,
He's running from jaw.
I bet he plays.
He got the jaw flu.
He might. They said illness.
Fox is not playing tonight, right?
So I'm not kidding you. Hey, look, I do think all 3 of the teams that have made the huge trade, like none of them became more fearful to me.
The Spurs are the one I'm scared of.
I think Spurs.
With the Wemby.
But are they going to get there?
No, they're going to get there, but I just the Wemby Fox pick.
Where are they now? Are they 10?
I got you, but they still don't have enough to be a play.
them.
No, it's not going to happen yet.
No,
playoff.
I'm looking down the line.
Yeah.
That's
For
right.
sure.
I'm less like Nico.
Again, look, I'm terrified for the next 5 years for the Lakers and the Spurs.
Yeah.
If we're talking about trades that were made, I'm talking about this specific season. This specific season, I'm not as concerned about those teams. But Spurs, obviously, I think more of.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it's still they're still going to do some building out that will take place over the years. It's the next 5 years with the Spurs that I'm fearful of, not this one. And it's the next 10 years with the Lakers that I'm fearful of, not this one.
Yeah. So that means we gotta act now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on and get that KD thing, bro.
Look, bro. Hey, I'm with it. Look,
Hey,
look.
what if we could walk into Oklahoma City with Kevin Durant?
Shit.
Cheers.
Hey, what if we can walk into Oklahoma City
Cheers.
with Ja, Dez, Marcus, Vince, Jaren, Gigi, Santi, Zach Edey, just all them dogs.
I know.
What if we walked into OKC with all of them dogs?
Everybody. We certainly need smart and the crazy thing is you've got to think long and hard about the Kennard thing now. He has been amazing.
Yes.
Man.
Kennard's net rating is plus 10 for the Grizzlies. Their offense has been amazing with Kennard on the court. It's over 120.
The thing is, too, like, if you watch
he spaces.
They run stuff actions for him. Like, whether it's, like, pinned, like, not even, like, these Iverson screens, the pick and rolls, like, it's stuff, because he's
good.
We know he ain't going to get to the Baja.
He's going to get targeted in the playoffs on defense, but, man, he brings so much offensively that it outweighs whatever defensively would be a problem.
Yeah, he been hooping, bro. So, but my biggest fear, Vernon, this is my biggest fear, respectfully.
Okay.
I'm so happy that all our a bunch of dogs are coming back. You know what happens when dogs come back? Some dogs got to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
We can't play everybody.
No. And he loves playing everybody.
It's like the Penny Hardaway thing a couple years ago, right?
That's it.
When you give him a bunch of toys and he just starts like throwing shit out
That's
there.
That's why trade deadline is consolidation time. It is.
Hey.
It's consolidation time.
Yeah, man. Like I said, hey,
you built for this moment.
Let's go.
You've got all these picks.
Yeah.
You've got all this stuff. You've got all that, right? So it's like you got to decide who's in, who's out. But you built for this moment so that you could have the goods to be able to take your team over the top.
Because we ain't playing a 14-man rotation in the playoffs.
Right.
Respectfully.
That's right. Number 5, Tigers Weekend.
Hey.
I mean, look, at least a win is a win. It goes in the right column. It goes in the right column. Yeah. What is more depressing than the Rice Gym?
Bro.
Dude, I said that like when that game.
Seriously.
When that
you play 2K, right? You play the My Player mode. It was worse than that gym. You play on there. Road to Glory Gym. Terrible.
There were 5 times the amount of fans at my daughter's game at St. Mary's this weekend.
And St. Mary's probably had a better gym than the Rice House,
Dude, their gym is nice.
That's what I'm saying.
And I always think it's super funny that an all-girls school's mascot is the Turkeys. They are. They're the St. Mary's Turkeys.
Wait, why did it say?
I don't know.
What do you want them to be?
It's just weird. It's weird for an all-girls school to be the Turkeys. It's weird for a boys' school to be the Turkeys. Do you know any other school named the Turkeys?
Turkeys is a terrible mascot. It's a legitimately bad mascot.
I don't know why. They're the Turkeys. But no, there are people like above, like, you know, they've got one of those like walking tracks above it.
Yeah.
There's people lined up on that.
Yeah.
I promise you there was more. She's in 5th grade. There were more people at her game than there were that Memphis Rice game.
I agree with
For
you.
sure.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, please just win.
Just get out of here.
Because I can totally understand.
Yeah, I can see
when
how
it got
you can.
tight, I was just like, man, I can understand letting go of the rope in this game. Because if you're a Memphis player, you are just looking up like, why am I here?
Hey, how cool is it, though, that we have seen? I will say, for this Memphis Tigers team, which we've all started to like more and more and more as the season has gone on and has performed well in big spots, I will say the one great thing is it's not always Haggerty. It's not always Tyrese.
Hunter.
It's not always
Kobe Rogers.
Some nights it's Dame Danger. Some nights it's Rogers. So, I mean,
PJ Carter's
PJ
been
Carter.
playing well.
PJ Carter has hit
been
big
hooping.
shots.
He's been hooping, bro. Shooting standstill threes too. Like
It has been different guys. Like they have had these nights where you've come out. Like there have been a game where we came in here and we talked about Danger. And there's been a game where we came in here and talked about Musa. And there's been a game where we came in here and talked most about Hunter. And there's been a game where we came in here and talked most about Haggerty, obviously him the most. There's been a game where we came in here and talked about Rogers. Like, that speaks.
That tells you how many players you got, yeah.
And that different guys, like, they've got it, like, outside of Musa, any of those other guys, if they had 18 to 25 points, it would not be stunning. Like, you think they could do it.
For sure. And
I thought it was super rich for Penny to say that we're the best team in the country after we escaped Rice, but
that's wicked.
I like that he thinks that, but I just feel like there's a lot of other games where it would have been more reasonable to say it.
Not the one in the backdoor gym in Houston, Texas.
I mean, it would be like if we won tonight and Taylor was like, we're the best team in the NBA. It's like, come on, bro.
I
Like,
told you, come on.
You know what I mean?
Come on, Taylor, bro.
Like, come on.
You beat the Spurs, bro.
Like, if you would have said that after the Celtics, you might have been able to get an audience.
By the way, PJ Carter is another one of them kids, a handshake line kid. You know where he played last year?
Carter?
Yeah.
Where was he?
Was he Wichita?
Oh, UTSA.
Yes, right.
Handshake line, man.
Yeah, handshake line.
Hey.
Handshake line recruit.
Penny, come save some. Somebody said Rice got a lot of money. They just care
They do have a lot of money.
Care about school more than just
Yeah.
basketball.
Oh, yeah. You got to be smart to go to Rice.
Because they're good at baseball, too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be smart to go to Rice.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't lose the food this time.
That's like a really good school.
Yeah.
Really good school.
And it's in Houston, too?
Yeah.
Big city?
They should have. It's a lot like kind of like how DePaul is, right?
Oh,
you're
that's
like
in Chicago,
You're like,
but
oh
it's
my
like-
God, you're in Chicago. Why aren't you awesome? It's like, yeah, nobody wants to go there. And you have to like actually go to school.
Gotta actually do work.
Yeah. They make you do school.
Yeah, that's tough.
Until they decide you don't have to actually do school, they're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably ain't that far off from that being a reality.
No, I'm saying at Rice.
At Rice.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody else has decided you. I mean, 99% of these athletes don't even go to class anymore.
That's true.
They sit at the crib.
They're online.
Yeah. Did SMU's a prestigious athletic academic school?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't give a damn about it no more.
But they've got $1 bazillion. Also, shout out to Seth Henigan. Bro, all right, me and my son were having this discussion. Bro, is he going to get drafted?
Bro, I swear to you.
He had like 2 incompletions in the walk-off game winner in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, bro. He was like, I've been working on my clutch gene. Bro, we've seen you hoop, bro. Shut up. Respectfully. But if he gets drafted, I'll be so happy for him.
Damn.
My bad.
We're
That
all
was aggressive.
hardcore Memphis Tiger fans.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
Is
kind
it
of
fair to say
aggressive.
we would all be stunned?
Yes.
Yes.
Bro, we've seen him hoop, bro. In the American,
Like, that's
bro.
not an NFL quarterback, but he was awesome.
But if he gets drafted, we'll be.
My son said he was the AAC's all-time leading passer, and I was like,
He
yeah.
stayed there for 85 years.
He started every game from freshman on.
Yeah.
Right?
But respectfully, I will be very happy for Seth if he makes the NFL.
I mean, look, there's part of me that goes like, maybe he's like one of those guys that like, what's that guy's name that started for Green Bay a couple of years ago who wasn't even good in college? Tim Boyle.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anything is possible. Tim Boyle. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember Tim Boyle. I remember him.
It's like, who are you? Like, he's for sure more accomplished than guys like Tim Boyle.
Oh, he is.
I know.
So
I mean, like, I guess anything is possible.
If he
You
pops
could be
up on
like
a-
the third quarterback on the roster, or make a practice squad, or be a clipboard guy. I mean, I don't know.
He could be that guy. Look, if he shows up on a random Sunday 2 years from now, we'll tip a cap to him. Because that's our guy. We saw him hooper for 5 years.
Yeah.
But like I said, if he gets drafted 56th round, I wouldn't. Do you, Seth? I'd be
Maybe
happy for him.
undrafted free agent.
What do you think is, okay, how about this? Let's ask this question. Depending on you two, you're a Tiger fan. You watch enough of it. What is his biggest strength?
Huh?
What is his biggest strength?
I would say accuracy, like getting the ball where it needs
Accuracy
to.
is his
Yeah,
biggest-
getting
okay.
the ball where it needs to be.
Okay. What do you
Right?
think his biggest strength is, Bennett?
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
He ain't got like a
gotta
big
say you're
strong
saying
arm.
big
Getting
arm.
the idea, you're a game man. You got to
Yeah.
you get the. He's not going to do the spectacular,
Right.
But he gets the ball to the playmakers.
In NFL, if
That's right.
if you got that skill, you
Can you listen, be coachable, get the ball to the playmaker?
There you go. Well, Sam Darnold just did that.
Quick release. He does have a quick release.
Yep, quick release.
We're not trying to look. We don't need you to throw for 400 yards. We need you to throw the ball to Tyreek Hill.
Exactly. Get the ball where it needs to go.
Right.
And don't get happy feet when you're doing it. Because that was my biggest thing with it. He get a little happy feet sometimes. But
Hey, it was a great weekend for him, man.
great weekend for him.
Great weekend.
And do it in front of all the NFL scouts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, all these other guys had a chance to be amazing. The Jackson Darts, the Jason, the Milrose, the who
Right.
like he was great. He was given his opportunity, and he was awesome.
Yep.
So, kudos to you.
Shout out to you,
hey,
Seth
and he
Henigan.
represented Memphis.
He wore that. He what? One more for Seth.
One more for Seth.
Nice.
All right. Take a quick break. We'll come back after this. Chris Vernon Show.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching up to freedom land.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
When's the last time you guys played a little one-on-one?
It was, I don't even know, like maybe last summer, and there's some footage out there that doesn't want to be released. Like he claims he took it easy on me, but I always beat him.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Is Hulkamania officially dead?
Yes.
When you have over 17,000 people live and you have Netflix premiere the biggest day in WWE history, and meanwhile they boo him out of the building?
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you!
That is your core audience, and they don't want it.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel. How about them Tigers?
How about the Tigers?
Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
If I was a high school player, or if, let's say I'm the father of a child who's 16 years old, and Mike Vick comes knocking on my kid's door, and Virginia's there also, and so is Virginia Tech, like, yo, you gotta go where Vic is. You gotta go to Norfolk State. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning into HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence.
We're back, Chris Vernon Show. All right, let's knock out these last 5 before we get out of here. Number 6. What'd you watch? Oh, I got a couple things.
I know we got I know Rumble's probably a number, so I won't.
All right, yeah, that's gonna be number 7. So don't do that.
I'll mention quickly. I was just doing some cleaning around the house, so I put on some on TV real quick, and I watched the Theo Von Cat Williams interview on YouTube.
Oh, amazing!
I think it's Theo Von's podcast.
You love it,
bro? It was phenomenal. Theo Von is hilarious.
Hilarious.
And him and Cat Williams in the same room, like. Cat Williams legitimately laughed at some of the stuff Theo was saying. It's just, I think perspective, like, Cat
Is
Williams.
Cat still scheduled to be here?
Yeah,
we got to
month.
get him in.
Next month, we have to.
Got to.
Because he has a brain, his mind moves differently than when you would think as a comedian, right?
Yeah.
It's not just, I'm just going to tell jokes.
Right.
He said one thing that like, stuck out to me. And he said, my big thing is in comedy, a lot of people go, we talk about this too. A lot of people go to see, I don't want people to go to see comedy. If people go to a show, don't go see comedy. I want people to legitimately, when you go, you come to see me.
Yeah.
You go because you love me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to my shows, I'm not just telling jokes. I'm giving life lessons. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Because this is not just a comedy show. These people in this crowd care about Cat Williams. And I'm like, we talk about that every day on our show. But nah, I thought it was dope. So shout out Theo Von, shout out Cat, man. I thought it was super, super cool. It was 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 57 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah.
I watched, so do you ever see when you're scrolling through on Netflix, the, what's it called? American Manhunt? They've done like this series where it's like these famous trials or moments in American history. So there's a Lacey Peterson one, and there's a, what's the other one? It's Lacey Peterson, and then there's like Menendez Brothers. There's one of those. Anyways, they dropped the OJ one over the weekend. It's a 4-part series.
On Netflix?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's the whole situation. Like, it starts with that night. And they've got all of the detectives, they've got all the lawyers, they've got family members. Like, all these people are interviewed. And it's crazy. That I was in high school when it happened, and it is crazy to go back and watch it. And there's so many details and so many things about that night and the leading up to that night. And then obviously all of the, there's been a million things that have come out about the OJ trial. I will just say, this is 4 episodes. I watched the first one, and then I watched like maybe the first 15 minutes of the second one. It was awesome. Awesome. Just as a moment in American history. And obviously the OJ Simpson case and trial is one of probably the most high profile case maybe in American history. I mean, seriously, because it was just like with all the courtroom footage, and then all of the footage of all of the evidence, and then the people that night, and they even have OJ's friends on there talking. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to watch it. And then the other thing, while the Grizzlies were on last night, the TV adjacent, I told you there was no other games on. I had the Grammys on it. And when somebody, I didn't care about the awards, really.
You care about Kanye showing up and leaving?
No, but when somebody, so like I would see that on the screen, and then if it was somebody that I wanted to hear their speech, I'd unmute it or something. Other than that, I just kind of like unmuted it for the performances. And again, I cannot say I did not see the entire thing. But I saw that Playboy Cardi come out with The Weekend.
Yep.
I saw Chappell Roan.
Yep.
Yeah,
she puts on a show.
She's really good.
101.
Bro,
really
you know
good.
what? And I know everybody hates that song. That dude Benson Boone is a flat entertainer, brother. He came out there like damn Freddie Mercury. He's doing backflips.
He did like a gainer. I was like, what is
awesome.
this? What do you get a gainer from in the middle of a performance?
I know people. I know people resent him because that song got so overplayed. That dude is awesome,
Bro, he is. He'll be here. He's gonna be.
He's an electric factory, though. I was like, I can watch this guy.
Yeah, he's headlining. Yeah, River Beat.
What?
Yeah,
coming to the River joint.
He was awesome.
Yeah, he's headlining that.
I didn't even know that's what he looked like. big.
So I will say,
I was like, this guy rules.
I know people love him, dude. I can't handle the Teddy Swim song anymore.
Oh.
It is everywhere. Everywhere
Lose
I
control.
turn, bro.
Don't put smut on Teddy Swims.
Everywhere
man.
I like
I
Teddy
turn,
Swims,
dude.
But, it's, again, the Benson Boone one's even more. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah,
and so
they do.
I feel bad for him because his song got so big and overplayed that people then resent him.
Yeah.
But, bro, his performance was friggin' awesome. That guy was so good.
That man did a corkscrew in the middle of a performance at
In
the
the
Grammys.
middle of the
Yeah,
performance.
it was impressive.
And then kept singing. I was like, this dude rules.
Respect Benson.
So, anyways, and then those were really the ones I remember seeing.
Yeah,
that stood out.
You didn't get to see the ending?
Who was the
You
ending?
see when Kendrick got Song of the Year? And
I saw when he came out in the Canadian tuxedo.
it tells you everything about that song. They were singing in the crowd, one.
Yes.
The song is such a big of a slap that it gave Taylor Swift rhythm.
Oh, yeah, I
She
did
was
see
dancing
that.
on rhythm.
Yeah.
Usually she'd be like doing this little
Yep.
weird. She did a little move.
Right.
But like she said, I was like, hold on.
Taylor Swift got rhythm because of Not Like Us.
That tells you we're gonna hear it next week.
I know you're deep into TV shows, movies, etc. Did you watch anything?
I watched like all this stuff. Y'all did Royal Rumble, Grammys, all the sports and everything. I did see a movie because I'm watching all these Best Picture nominees leading into the Oscars. I'm almost done. I went and saw Nickel Boys at Ridgeway 4. Dude, great movie. Highly recommend. It's
it's like a artsy movie.
No, not really.
Is that why it's at Ridgeway 4? Don't they always have like the ones that are wide
I mean,
release?
It's an independent film, yeah, but no,
independent film.
No, it takes place in like 1960s Jim Crow era, and it's about these. It's about this kid that gets sent off to this abusive like reform school. And he meets basically it's just about this school that it's based on a real school that was in Florida that closed, but a lot of people were killed, murdered, and they came to find out about it years later.
At the school?
At the school, yeah.
Jesus.
Because I mean, it was all. I think so. I don't know what Jalen's saying. Sorry, but no, the movie's great. I highly recommend it to anybody. Yeah. It's about 2 hours. I never read the book, but apparently the book is great, and I thought the movie was really
Super dramatic.
Super dramatic. Yeah, it's heavy. I mean, it's heavy.
Yeah,
for
sounds it.
Yeah, but it was really good. I liked it a lot.
Okay, gives Nickel Boys a big time review. If it won a big award, would you be surprised?
I don't think it's gonna win like Best Picture necessarily. It's nominated for Best Picture.
Do you think it is deserving of being nominated?
Yeah.
Okay, it's that good.
I'd give it the award over some of the other nominees.
Okay.
By the way, Not Like Us, the first diss song to ever win a Grammy, by the way. So it lets you know it's stamped forever.
Stamped forever.
Forever.
Everybody hates Drake.
Beyonce was even dancing to it last night. Appreciate that, Miles. She was dancing to it last night.
Number 7, Royal Rumble. So I told
Let's
you,
go. All
I
right.
told you, Roser came over to the house. I heard some of your comments earlier on with Gary Bennett.
Yeah.
And I am here to tell you that I disagree. I loved this. Number
the
one.
surprise? Okay.
Number one, the tag team match had absolutely zero reason to get that kind of stage.
Yeah.
Not only did nobody care about the people involved, nobody cared about the result, and it was just a waste of everyone's time.
I agree. I agree
It was
with that.
terrible.
I didn't watch it.
Who
That
cares?
was bathroom
DIY
break.
versus Motor
Yeah, that
City.
was get some
Rosa texted
food,
me and said,
yeah.
Devin, what are the Motor City machine guns and why are they a thing?
Women's Royal Rumble, absolutely loved.
Yes.
My favorite, which I always love, which I was obviously we were texting throughout this entire thing, and I was telling Devin, I just sit there and wait the entire time in the Women's Royal Rumble for Nia Jax to show up, because the one thing that is always delivering the goods is giant Nia Jax walking into the ring and 8 girls teaming up on her.
Yeah.
And then every time she bends over and then blows up and starts
I love it.
and 8 girls go flying every which way. And then one by one, she just starts chucking them out of the ring and discarding them. I love it every year. Every year,
It hits.
delivers.
It hits every
and if
year.
they didn't have it, I would be furious. So, and then the queen is back. Charlotte showing up after a over 1 year hiatus.
The Build-A-Bear. She is built wicked, by the way.
I wanted her to win though, and so I was glad.
Yeah.
And so
she is built like a.
The Queen coming back. The tag team thing was terrible.
But so you didn't bring up the other thing in the women's Rumble that you love. One of our favorites, Alexa Bliss.
Oh, Alexa Bliss showed up.
One of the biggest pops I've heard in a women's Rumble ever.
Huge.
By the way, also I love it that they're probably gonna set up the Liv Alexa Bliss thing.
Yep.
Because they basically are the same thing.
Yes.
Like Liv is a ripoff.
Except Alexa Bliss is way cooler.
I agree. Liv is a ripoff of Alexa Bliss. She's everything
that.
she wants Alexa Bliss to be. Shout out Alexa Bliss.
The ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes was a 10.
Bro.
Like a 10.
I love KO.
I could watch that match. Like it.
Yeah.
I loved
It was so good.
the 3 ladders. I loved the mini ladder. I loved when he got folded over into that thing. Like Kevin Owens constantly makes me believe.
He's my favorite wrestler.
He really always makes me believe that he's actually hurt this time. And the fact that he was folded over in that friggin' ladder for like 10 minutes. I'm like, is he okay?
He was like...
I'm like, they're selling it, and then there's like to the point where I'm like, hold
Are
on.
you all right, bro?
And then even when they had Nick, what's his name? What's the new?
Nick Aldis, the GM.
Yeah.
The GM came out there.
When he came out there, like I was like, did he get concussed? Like he did hit his head on that thing.
He did bounce off hard.
I'm like,
and this wasn't even the spot that scared the hell out of me,
bro.
The one on the table scared, like legitimately, bro. I was watching it and I said, "Oh, the Alabama Slam."
Yes.
I was like, "Yo."
And
it was great,
dude. And the friggin' what's it called? The ladder folded.
Yeah.
It like broke in half. And he was like twisted underneath it. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was amazing.
Show that to a casual person that says wrestling is fake. Show them that and let me know what's up.
And then the men's rumble.
Yeah.
I will say, this is what I'm going to say. The only way you would have made me forget my level of disappointment when they called out number 30 and it was not The Rock. Everybody knew The Rock was going to be in this. And then so it was like, oh, he's going to be 30. And when he wasn't 30, I was so mad. I was so depressed. Because I just knew that they were going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it was going to go, right?
Yep.
And it was going to be the craziest mayhem possible. In the absence of that, them having it come down to Cena, and then all conventional wisdom being, oh, it's the Cena, it's his farewell tour. They're going to get... I could not have been more shocked.
Main Event Jay was just kicking him off.
When Cena hit the ground, I thought they were gonna like have The Rock come out or something and just say there's a 31st contestant and
this is my company. I own TKO. I'm gonna add myself.
No. Who was the guy?
Oh no.
Who was the guy that came out and then was it Carmelo Hayes hit him from behind?
Yeah, it was,
and so he never entered.
Tozawa, bro. Tozawa got jumped from behind.
Tozawa, and then they replaced him with I Show Speed.
I've watched that video 5,000 times.
Destroyed by Braun Breaker.
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. But that video, bro, that we were passing around. Come on, bro. That looked like it hurt so bad.
Dude.
Oh, it did.
Yes.
Braun Breaker is like from that same mold of the Goldberg, Lesnar, like.
I don't know how to let up.
No, they don't know it's not real.
Yes. I guarantee you. I guarantee you
they don't know.
Bro, they probably
like,
talked about that.
You have to tell them, like, hey, man, we're not trying to hurt each other for real.
I guarantee you.
They're like, I don't care.
You know, they probably talked about that, dude, him and Speed, like, in the back. And you know Speed's probably like, yeah, man, don't take it easy on me. Like, don't take it easy on me. I want it to be a good show. And you know that in his head, he's like, okay. All right.
Because, like, he took her RKO, I think, a couple years ago on the table. But I think this was
that was like, terrible. What happened to him?
This is probably like 1,000 times worse, bro. I wish you could play the video without getting flagged, but like, come on, bro.
Dude, he's
like 100%.
His whole head snaps.
He's like 100 pounds.
They said he's coming off the ropes at 23 miles an hour.
I love watching him run the ropes. I love watching him run the ropes.
Braun Breaker's a badass.
Yeah, dude.
One of the Steiner kids, bro.
That whole Royal Rumble was so, dude. It got done, and me and Rosa were buzzing.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was so good.
So you were okay with main event Jey Uso?
I don't mind it. I think they'll switch it up.
I don't love it.
I think they're going to switch it up.
Why not?
Well, I don't think that's not going to be the big
Of
to
course
do
it's not.
by the time we get to WrestleMania. Nah.
There is no. It's going to
He
be
sells
him and
the most
Gunther.
merch.
It's going to be him and Gunther, bro. There's no way it's him and Cody main eventing WrestleMania. I just don't see it.
Something will happen.
Why don't y'all believe in main event Jey Uso?
They may do it like they did. Who was it they did it with a couple years ago? Kofi, when they tried to put him over.
That's right.
They may try to be that. And Cena for sure put him over.
But the thing is, he don't need it.
But that's a different deal.
Main event Jey Uso is already over though.
But when you do something like that and you throw Cena out, that you can't get more over than that. Because Cena, everybody knew that's Cena's to win.
Yeah.
I felt bad for his brother, Jimmy.
I felt bad for Cena's hairline.
Bro, in the jump back in the back,
He
bro.
is way too rich to allow that.
Bro, that jump right. He got the little cul-de-sac jump back
dude.
here too. He got like the baldy jump.
Oh, I know. The Manu.
It's disgusting.
The Manu. The solar panel.
He got the bad hairline and the solar panel in the back. Like, come on, bro. You too. Like you said, you too rich for that. So let me. Did anybody come out and you were confused about who they were?
A lot of people.
Okay. Did you know? You knew
For sure, I did not know the guy who has the best theme song ever.
Joe Hendry.
I Believe in Joe Hendry is the greatest theme song I've ever heard in my life.
I
believe in Joe Hendry.
Bro, why did they ruin Shinsuke's music? Why did they changed Shinsuke Nakamura's song? He's got like one of the most famous songs in WWE. They changed it and nobody knew who it was coming out of the ring.
The two worst. Look, the worst name change in WWE history is Dewdrop to Piper Niven.
She's still Dewdrop.
And the two worst songs they got rid of were Shinsuke's and Bobby Roode's song was the greatest song ever.
That was a good song.
I'm surprised you remember that. Glorious.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's a legend. Yeah, so.
Finn still hits.
AJ Styles came back.
AJ Styles still hits.
That was dope to see him come back.
Yeah, he brought back the old song. Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought that
Oh,
back.
yeah. I did not know who Joe Hendry was. And that was, I mean, the whole crowd singing, I believe in Joe Hendry.
You didn't get to see him do a
That
little-
song is hilarious.
He has a thing he does where he does this little
I know.
wave thing.
Oh, and I didn't know your guy, Penta, doing the thing with in their faces. He kept like throwing his hand in their faces.
It's zero marrow, bro.
What does it mean?
Zero fear. He does the
Oh,
zero
okay.
marrow.
I didn't know either.
He
I
kept
didn't know
like
either.
in their face.
Yeah, he was spamming the hell out of it. He kept doing it over and over again.
Penta's funny.
But also he also got eliminated, but he wasn't. You see that?
What,
His
Penta?
2 feet hit the floor. He like got back in the ring.
Oh, and then who was the one guy that went bonkers?
Oh, Drew McIntyre.
No, Drew McIntyre went bonkers evidently backstage.
In real life,
No,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
he
Jacob
got mad.
Fatu, was it?
Oh yeah, he's the
love
guy that
him.
does this.
Was it him that started tearing everything up after he got so mad?
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, you would love him.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
gotta
do.
start watching more of him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a legitimate superstar.
I thought the crowd sucked. When you had that moment with CM Punk, Cena, and Roman all facing each other, like they were waiting for the crowd to
this is
start
awesome.
chanting. Yeah, and nothing
The
happened.
crowd didn't even react. By the way, also Seth Rollins giving Roman Reigns a 2-foot stomp was amazing. But no, the Rumble was great.
I will tell you
They're
this
setting it up.
regarding being at that thing. My cousin was there,
Yeah.
and he always goes to like the Rumble and WrestleMania and whatever. He texted me and he said, "I've got to admit, after doing the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis, I am fully supportive of them getting bigger events more frequently. Downtown area was completely easy to walk and navigate, and Lucas Oil Stadium is one of the best."
I've heard it.
So that was a big review for my cousin was there, and he said it was absolutely awesome. Like everything was walkable and around. Like those are the best kind of places to have events. And you know they have the Final Four and Super Bowl and crap there all the time in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is known as one of those great walkable cities.
Yes, it is.
I've never been to Lucas Oil. I went to the old one when years ago, the RCA Dome, and it might have been the worst arena I've ever been in. Seriously.
That's what
It was the
the
worst.
coach used to
When
play?
Peyton Manning was cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But
No, it was terrible.
Like it's just old.
It was terrible, and Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis was awful as well. Those domes sucked. Terrible. But they say Lucas Oil is amazing. They say the one in Michigan's awesome too, Ford Field.
Yeah,
Great too.
It is. By the way, to your Cena point, so he went on a tirade after the show.
Yeah.
At his press conference.
I saw it.
Because he's joining Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber.
So now he has to win that.
He has to.
Because it's the Furrow Tour.
What do y'all think we're setting up for at WrestleMania?
I don't know.
At this point, bro, I'm confused too.
I think Jey Uso and Gunther. That just seems. He even mentioned it. I
Which
feel
is
like
also
that's what's
so-
gonna happen.
And I
there.
love Jey Uso. I think he has the best entrance, but it's like, bro, whatever. But no, Cena's gonna be in WrestleMania, bro. I think The Rock's gonna show up at some point too. Okay. And
No.
Friday, they're gonna be here, by the way.
Friday. Yeah. Friday night, SmackDown.
In the building, we lit.
Number 8, Super Bowl week. So the line is sitting right at 1.5 for the Chiefs and the Eagles. I mean, look, I may end up looking crazy. Once upon a time, I lost money betting on Tom Brady against the Eagles, and so if I lose, I lose. They've done it to me before. I cannot fathom betting on the Eagles. I'm serious.
As a Cowboys fan, I may be blessed.
And how are they less than a field goal? I just don't. I don't know, man. Look, I'm excited for this Super Bowl. I am. I'm actually
too.
legitimately excited for the Super Bowl. And I think that it is one of those weird cases where people totally resent and don't want the Chiefs to win. But the Eagles are not like an easy one to back.
At all.
They're not an easy one to back.
Like, that's the last team you would
have
pick.
The Commanders, the Lions, they all would have become America's favorite playing the Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be America's favorite. Like, they're like, fine, I don't care if Mahomes wins. Like, I think if they were playing a different opponent, people would view this very, very differently. But I cannot. I mean, trust me when I tell you, I'll be on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I can't have that.
You
I can't have the Eagles.
I'll
winning.
believe it. I believe 15 gonna lose when he loses.
Right.
As much
That's
as I'll
how
be
I
rooting for the
feel.
Eagles to be 15, I will believe when I see it.
I agree.
I mean,
I am excited for the game, though.
That's
I will say this is a good Super Bowl.
And we got a good halftime show. I'm like, we lit.
Don't you think it's a
Saquon.
better Eagles team than 2 years ago?
Yeah.
As a full Eagles team, yeah, I think so.
I
Because you
think
ain't got Saquon. Saquon's he's the
Game changer.
yeah, bro, MVP type shit. You know.
But man, that Chiefs defense, I mean,
Nasty.
especially when you get to the second halves. You see their second half, what they give up in second halves. You just don't like. It's like the Eagles better do their work in the first half. They better be up.
Get busy
They better
early.
be up. They better be up big in the
Yeah.
first half, because you ain't. You're not gonna be flying up and down the field, because that's when Spagnuolo breaks out all them exotic blitzes and
Right.
and it's like you don't get to march up and down the field in that second half, not in the same way. But I'll tell you this: I honestly thought the Bills are better than the Eagles.
Yes.
If the Bills are playing the Eagles, I'd pick the Bills.
Yes.
They would. So if you can beat the Bills, you can beat the Eagles. That's the way I view it. I think Chiefs Bills was the Super Bowl.
We're gonna find out.
I think those are the two best. I do.
We'll
I think they're the
find
two
out.
best.
We'll find out.
Number 9, SkyDog. All right. Roser's pick is who do you pick? Santi?
He picked Santi.
Yeah. Roser's got Santi for tonight against the Spurs.
That's a good pick.
That was my pick.
SkyDog of the game. What are we doing? Of course, SkyDog is a Wiseacre Brewery right down the street from where we sit right here. 99 calories. Took the beer to Denver, Colorado to the huge beer festival and won the gold medal. The best of all beers. And it's brewed right here in Memphis, Tennessee. It's available at Kroger, Fresh Market. You can find it. And the can is awesome. And the beer is awesome. Wiseacre, SkyDog. Try it. Stop being a weirdo.
I'm gonna go with
SkyDog of the game. Who are we going to be talking about tomorrow?
I'm gonna go with JW, no Marriott. I'm gonna go with Jalen Wells.
Jalen Wells. All right.
I'll
If you
go.
pick a star, you have to pick a big performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jalen Wells.
Okay. I will say, in the absence of Desmond Bain, that it is our buddy Luke Kennard. That's who we are talking about tomorrow. Luke's going to play big minutes. If
Yeah.
Dez is out.
Oh, yeah.
If Dez is out. So get that 3-ball cracking, Luke. So I'll take Luke Kennard Roser's got Santi Aldama. You've got Jalen Wells.
Benno, who you got as your auxiliary? You're the
Just go
celebrity
ahead.
pick.
I mean, since you took Kennard with Dez out, I'll take Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Because also, Ja's questionable.
Yeah.
And Ja's not going to play 38 minutes anyway, so could be back up Scotty's great performance in San Antonio with another great, or I'm sorry, in Milwaukee with another good
Do
one.
they have a point? Because they traded Trey Jones.
Chris Paul, dude.
Tweaking. My bad. I'm tweaking.
Number 10, tonight. The only thing that matters is the Grizzlies versus Spurs. That's going on tonight. It's at FedEx Forum. It is at 7 o'clock. It will be on for the pregame show at 6:30 tonight on FanDuel. We are locally broadcasting the game. In addition to that, there are 9 other NBA games that are going on tonight, not the least of which a great one. It starts a little bit earlier than the Grizzlies if you've got League Pass. Knicks Rockets. Actually, that's on NBA TV.
That's a big one.
Knicks Rockets is great.
Okay.
Thunder Bucks. Oh my God, the Thunder might beat them by 1,000 after. I mean, it's a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You better get them right, dog.
I mean, they ran out of gas in the fourth quarter against the Grizzlies last night. Now you got to travel and go play at Oklahoma? God. All right, so those are going on today. Warriors Magic is actually pretty good, too.
I love how you mentioned that, and there's a report that the Warriors GM has mentioned how he covets, he really wants LaMelo Ball and Paolo Banchero.
What?
He's inquired with teams. I'm like, bro, they're not gonna give them up, bro. What is wrong with y'all?
You could have drafted LaMelo Ball.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could have had him.
You drafted James Wiseman.
Well, I guess he couldn't have. Bob Myers could have.
That's true.
Come on.
Because it's now Mike Dunleavy.
Yeah, now he's on TV yapping. I have a John Roser update.
Let me hear it.
The Memphis Hustle BTA game, they are up on the Iowa Wolves 136 to 109.
Who's going on?
And we still have 6 minutes remaining.
That Zion Pullen's going to be a pro.
Speaking of him, 20 points, 7 of 9 from the field.
Dude, he's really good.
7 of 9
When
from the
I was
field.
watching the game on Friday night, I was like, yo, I like this guy.
He can hoop.
Yeah.
7 of 9 from the field, 20 points, very efficient.
He's 6'4", too.
6 assists, 2 rebounds. Emmanuel Bacot, 23 points, 10 rebounds. Yuki Kawamura, who we all love, struggled again, 7 points, 14 assists, though.
14 assists for Yuki?
Assists, 14 assists and 4 steals.
Why not? Why not, Yuki?
By the way, did you see what happened Friday night at the game?
With his 5 fouls?
No.
What?
No. After the game.
No.
There was a line outside the door from
to get Yuki autographs?
Yes. To the point where they cut everybody off. And Yuki was like, no, I want to sign the rest of these autographs.
Yuki!
I saw somebody tell the story and they were like, yo, the line was from down on the floor all the way up to the plaza, through the plaza, all the way out.
That's awesome.
To get Yuki Kawamura's autograph. And he stood there and wanted to sit there and sign everybody's autograph.
That's cool.
Yuki's a real one, man.
A real one.
Shout out Yuki, man.
I agree. All right. Thank you to Bennett Doyle filling in today. Thanks to Devin Walker. Thanks to Jalen back in the studio. We will be back tomorrow. Until then, we're gone.